Hey everybody, it's Ebony. Thank you so much for joining me here at Ebony's Creativity. I just want to say, excuse my voice, I'm still very sick, but I'm trying to get these videos out nonetheless. So, just like you, I am a victim of Facebook ads. I was on my Facebook, minding my own business, looking on Ebony's Creativity. If you don't follow that page, you should. Hit a like on my Facebook page. But I saw this very beautiful home decor piece pop up, and the price about knocked me off my seat. $468 for a home decor piece. So I'm thinking to myself, how can I make this out of free or Dollar Tree or thrifted items, as I do every time I see something that I like? So I decided to try to do this DIY using free or Dollar Tree materials only. Now, I was only partially successful with that goal, but I still think that the end product turned out nicely, and this is a great idea to reuse those old candle containers that we all keep. So I hope that you will watch and enjoy this DIY, and thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. Alright, so I'm going to start out by showing you my supplies. This is just a gift box from Dollar Tree. So that's the first item. I got 3 of these little plaques. The important part is that it looks like this on the back. Just an empty rectangle. There are some that have a bar going across, but we don't want those. You just want a plain one like this. So I got 3 of these magnetic tins. Alright, I'm dropping in to say that I started out using these magnetic tins because I wanted this project to be completely Dollar Tree materials. However, I switched over to using Bath & Body Works emptied out candle holders because I figured that would cut my costs, and also I was having some trouble with the lid on the magnetic tin because it has a plastic inset in it, and that was causing it to be a little bit less stable when I tried to stack the materials. So then I thought the Bath & Body Works candle holders, they're the right circumference. Also, they have a solid top. So I switched over to using those. While doing this project, I broke 2 of my containers, my Bath & Body Works containers. So I switched over to these Michaels, these Ashland candle holders that I got from Michaels for $3.99, and these turned out to be much better to use in the final product because they are much lighter than the Bath & Body Works containers, but they are the same circumference. So I was able to use the top from the Bath & Body Works containers with these and still get a good result. They still fit nicely with each other. So that's what you see in my final product. I decided to use 2 of these Ashland candle holders from Michaels, and I used 1 Bath & Body Works container on the bottom just because it's weighty and I wanted that weight to kind of make it more stable on the bottom of my final product. So you will see me working with the magnetic tins, but in the final product, what I used was the Bath & Body Works lids and 2 of these Ashland glass from Michaels and 1 Bath & Body Works container from Michaels. So if you want to do this project, I would recommend doing that, or either just getting 3 of the Ashland $3.99 containers from Michaels. So I hope that makes sense, and let's go back to the rest of the supplies. Jigsaw, some fashion pins, and some furniture sliders, felt pad things. I'm not sure if I'll use these, but I got them just in case. Alright, so on the plaque, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to remove the hanging hardware and also the green fabric. So that's the hanging hardware. And I'm just going to wrestle with this a little bit until I'm able to remove this green fabric. Alright, so now I've got all three of my frames stripped of that fabric. Alright, so now I'm outside where I can spray paint everything. And I have taken the lids off the magnetic containers. I've taken the pins apart. So I just have this piece here. I've taken some of the smallest furniture slider things. I've got some chalk paint here and some spray paint. I don't know if I have enough spray paint to paint this black. I'm going to try to hit it with the spray paint and see if it covers it. If not, I have to use this chalk paint, which I have left over from my last project. So I brought all of that out here. I'm going to spray all of these pieces on the white bag gold, and I'm going to try to paint this bottom portion of the box black. So let's see how that goes. So I finished spraying all the pieces, and this is what they look like. So I'm just going to wait for them to dry, and then we will go on to the next steps. I did not have enough black spray paint to do the box, so I just ended up rolling it with a little bit of chalk paint, that same Waverly ink chalk paint, and there's the top, the box. So yeah, everything is painted, everything is drying, and when this dries, we will be back to continue on with the DIY. Alright, so now all my paint is dry, and I noticed that my frame, it has kind of a textured look to it because I did not sand this prior to painting. If you want yours to be smooth, you can try sanding it. I'm okay with the textured look. I think it looks okay like that. So what I did to match that look was add texture to the pins as well. And what I did was just wait until it was about 95% dry, and I went in with a napkin and just dabbed it to make indentations in the paint. So now that has a textured look to it as well. So it matches the frame better. I didn't want the pins to be smooth and then the frame to be, textured. So now everything is textured. Even these things are textured as well. Still not sure about using these, but we're going to just save that part to the end. So for now, all I'm going to do is to glue the part of the pin that is flat to the center of the lid. So I'm going to do all three of those. I'll show you one really quick. Take my sticks off. Put just a dot of glue because I don't want a lot of spill out. I probably could follow this up with my hot glue, but I don't want those strings to be everywhere. If you need to measure, you can. But I'm just going to eyeball it because I think I can get it pretty close to the center. And I'm just going to press down. Pick it up. And press it back down. I'm going to get that label off. And I'm going to get this wax out by just sticking this whole candle in hot water. That will melt the wax and I'll be able to pour it out. And I can totally reuse these. Also, instead of using, like I was saying before, instead of using this lid, you can use the lid from the candle. And this fits inside of it perfectly. You can totally use this instead of buying the magnetic lid. So it will go like that. Alright, so now I've got my 3 jars here. And I cleaned them out so they're just kind of cooling off, and I'm going to So to affix the pin to here, I used the fix saw. I don't know if it's strong enough, so I did go ahead and break out my hot glue gun. And I'm going to kind of fill up the inside with glue. And I'm also going to put glue here in the center. I'm also going to follow that with some hot glue. Just a dab to accompany the fix-all. And a small amount on this because these pins could possibly melt if you put too much, and my glue gun is a high heat glue gun, so I don't want to melt it. I just put a little bit of hot glue on both pieces and stick them together. And you may have to hold it for a while just to make sure that it is properly affixed. So yeah, you're gonna do all three of them just like that. This box is made out of paper. I don't want to put too much glue on hot glue directly on that box, but I do need this bottom level to be secure. So I'm going to put it directly on to here. I'm also going to, I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit while I add some fix-all as well. So that's what my glue looks like. I don't want my hot glue to harden yet, but I'm not gonna put it piping hot on here because I'm scared that it will melt through the paper. So I'm gonna wait till it's probably about 50% dry and then place it right in the center of this box. If you have a little spill out, just wipe it when it's still wet. Wiped a little bit of the paint off, but that's okay. I can go in and fix it at the end, or I can just take this off, turn this around, and let that part be back. So that's what I'm. Luckily, it wasn't dry yet. Alright, so now this is what we have. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Kind of let the glue do its thing before I add the additional pieces on top. Alright, so the little area where I had a paint mess up, I just went in with this Sharpie and kind of touched it up. And now you can't even really see that anymore. So that area is fixed. So now what we have is these 3 pieces. And these. Now, if you look in the original photo, there are some little metal pieces that they use to join their wood frames together. These are just to give the look of that. So that's the purpose of these. I'm gonna go ahead and use hot glue and the fix all again and kind of just stack these up like they are on that original image. So, and fix all. Hopefully the spillover is not too bad, but I really need the glue to hold this together. So let's just see. I'm trying to focus the glue in the middle, but it's kind of spreading already. So that's what my glue looks like. I wish somebody would create hot glue that does not have those stupid strings. That would be awesome. And yeah, there's a lot of spill out. You could also use wood glue on this, which I do have some wood glue, but this seems to be okay for now. And I'm just wiping some of the excess out as it's spilling out. Filling out, which is good. And I'm going to go ahead and add third layer on. Same way. Something is telling me to put some wood glue, but I probably should listen to it, but I'm not. So hopefully this doesn't come crashing down. If it does, we're going to find out together. Alright. Added some fix all on here. Next, hot glue. That's what my glue looks like. And I'm gonna stack up. I'm hitting the light. That up like that. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that to dry. It is coming up at the base, so I'm gonna have to reinforce that with some more glue. But right now, I am going to try to wipe that excess off. And if it happens that I have to spray paint it again, then I'm fine with that. Because it's taking that glue off by just continuing to wipe it. So now I'm going to just take it off the base and work to reinforce the base. So I don't want it to be swinging. So that part is all good. I'm gonna put some, what I normally do when I can't put hot glue directly on things, I put it on this plate that I use. I just put a big glob. then I use a dowel or something. I pick it up with that and then I put it on here. I don't want to put the glue directly on here because it will burn through this paper box. But I need a lot of support to hold up that whole structure. So I do need the hot glue, but you wouldn't want to put that directly on paper because it's just going to melt or burn through a hole through it. So I'm going in with some more hot glue on my dowel and just really putting it on there. I'm just stacking the hot glue on, literally, with this dowel. Trying to move quickly so that the other layers of glue don't dry before I can get this thing on. And I'm just going to hold this for a while and wait for the fixed all to kind of work its magic. Alright, so I've got it up. I ended up using a little bit of wood glue, and that seems to have really helped me stabilize this. Now what I'm doing is using the little furniture sliders and just adding them in. I decided to go ahead and use them. Dowel here, and I have a lot of glue spill out. I don't know if you can see. Let me try to show you. I have a lot of glue spill out. So I'm going to, I don't want to wait for any more paint to dry. So I'm just going to color this dowel black with my Sharpie. Alright, so that's looking good. I'm going to grab my glue gun. I'm going to put the glue on the dowel because, like I said, I'm scared to put glue on that box. I do not want it to get a hole in it. I'm just putting some glue. A little bit. Just enough to stick. Right on here. I think that looks a little bit better than all that dried up glue. So let me just give some of the glue a little bit of time to dry. Then I will be back with the final finished product. So here is the finished product. As you can see, I did switch out the lids from the magnetic container lids to the Bath & Body Works lids, which ended up working out much better. They're much stronger. Also, they more closely resemble the image that we are trying to dupe in this video. If you want to recreate this and you do not have any old Bath & Body Works candles, you still can. What you want to do is go to Dollar Tree. Do not get the kind that I got with the clear inset on the top. You can get the magnetic containers that are just silver, that have a solid silver top. Use those. That way you can use your hot glue without worrying about it melting through, and it will just be stronger overall. Now, on mine, it does appear to lean forward slightly from the side. From the front view here, you can't really tell. It looks pretty good. When you pan around to the side, it seems like it leans forward a little bit. I was very afraid to have glass and fire coming tumbling down on my floor, on my new rug. So what I did was I found a way that I could kind of stabilize this even more and make me feel more comfortable about the glass and lit candles being on it. So these are just the candle is just a tea light from Dollar Tree. You can get those anywhere, and they are really cheap. They come a bunch in a box for a cheap price. But back to what I was saying, I'm gonna pan around here on the second, and you're gonna see that it seems like it leans forward slightly. In person, it is not that bad. It's not that apparent. On camera, it really looks like it's leaning, but I assure you, it's not like that in person. But here at the bottom, what I did was got some monofilament, which looks like fishing line. It's clear string, clear thread, and I got that from Walmart for $3. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see it. If you look closely, there's a clear string. I just used it as an anchor. I just taped a piece from the bottom frame to the back of the black base, and that seemed to work really well to just stabilize it. So if you get you some strong tape, you should be able to stabilize this. Another change I would probably make when I redo this, because I do want this as a pair. I think it would look cute on the ground in front of my fireplace. I'm going to make another one. I will use a wooden plaque for the bottom instead of this box that I used on this one. So yeah, if your Dollar Tree has those wooden inspirational home decor plaques, use those for the bottom instead of this box. I think that will help make it even more stable. I don't want you trying to redo this now that I've showed it to you and then have fire and glass tumbling down. So make those few changes. Make sure that it is evenly distributed in terms of the weight, and I think that you will really enjoy this DIY. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below how you think I did or what you would have done differently, and hit the like on your way out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.